Tell us, how does it feel?
Well, it's so exciting to be able to take on a new challenge in coaching, but to be able to do that in my hometown. Murray State University is an amazing place, higher education, just a commitment to excellence. So to be a part of that and to be a part of the Racer women's basketball team is a second to none opportunity for me.
Today, a dream come true. How long have you, thank you, sir, as a little girl, wanted a job like this?
I don't think you would believe this, but about a week ago is when, a week or two ago was when I really first started thinking about it. It wasn't even really on the radar. I love where I was, I love what I was doing, and I love the kids that I was doing it with. But sometimes in life, God puts opportunities in front of you that you feel like you have to explore. And once I explored it, and once I met with Mr. Ward and Dr. Bob Davies, then I knew that I was being led to this path for a reason.
When did you tell the Lady Tigers, and how did they handle the news?
I talked to the team today at 1 o'clock. That was very difficult. It was one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do, and then be here, within an hour. But I think the relationship that was created with them over the years, it will sustain anything, and I'll always be a part of their life.
I know very well that obviously Mason Jones up until speaking of them like to go next year, but how tough was it to for them in their senior season, and you won't be able to coach Macy and Lex and Lexington next year?
I'm not allowed to talk about that.
What's the crowd mean to you today to show up and support like that?
Well, it's amazing just to know that the community support. I had a lot of friends and community members that mean a lot to me be here, and it just shows that they're behind me, and it makes me feel good about where we're going. And I agree with Mr. Ward. Love to see all those people in the seats the first game, because I think that that's something that we hopefully can bring back to this community, is to some excitement about Racer women's basketball.
I'm sure you've relieved a lot of stress already having a staff so quickly. Why so confident in those three?
Well, first of all, I said this when someone asked me the question, is I didn't build the Murray program alone. I mean, Monica's been a part of the program for 19 of the 21 years, and she is as much an integral part of the foundation of that program that I am. So that was a no-brainer, had to have her. And then with Coach Guffey, I mean, she knows what it takes to win. She was on the last OVC championship team here. She's not that far removed from being able to understand what the players are going through, but she's just a winner. And to win, you have to be surrounded by winners. And then was very fortunate to be able to keep Aubrey. I know that he means a lot to the players. I've heard nothing but great things about him. I haven't had an opportunity to really talk to him or for us to even have a staff meeting or anything yet. But I'm looking forward to the energy that he's going to bring to our staff.
Is recruiting job one going forward?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've got to bring players in that fit our culture and can be a part of making this program and taking it to where we want it to be. But there's a lot of things that have to be taken care of early. But we will hit the floor running with recruiting, because that's a vital part of being successful in college basketball.
How much does this have to do with timing? Why now?
Well, I'm 43 years old. I've been at the same school for 21 years. And I think it was just about, I really felt like God led me to this. There were so many times through this process that I asked Him to speak to me and tell me if this wasn't the right thing to do. And I never got that answer. It was always yes. Everything that I needed in order to feel comfortable to take this job was always a yes. And so I just feel like that I'm meant to be here for a reason, or I wouldn't have taken it.
How big was it that you got Monica with you?
It was a deal breaker. She had to come. I mean, like I said, she is not only a huge part of everything we do, but she's just is that relationship builder that I discussed. I mean, she's that one that takes care of everything. She's that voice that I have to have on the sidelines and in my everyday life. She holds me accountable, just as we're going to hold the players accountable for what they do.
Coach, high school and college, completely different. How confident and what makes you so confident that you can make that transition from being successful in high school to being successful in short conversation?
Well, basketball is basketball, whatever your level of that is. There's going to be different things, obviously, and there's going to be different levels of players, and the shot clock comes into play and those type of things. But to build a basketball program, you have to start with the heart of the kids that you have. And building relationships is the number one key to being successful. These kids can play. The kids we're going to recruit are going to be able to play. But we have to have them buy into the culture of our program, and we have to make them want to play hard and want to be better in our program, better players, better people. And I think that player development is something that's a lost art in college. I think coaches sometimes expect players just to be ready to play immediately. Well, that's not what it's about. It's how good can I make you in the time that I have you. So I think there'll be a lot of similarities, but of course there'll be a lot of differences. But those are challenges we're going to face head on.
Have you looked at other coaches across college maybe that have made that transition from high school to college? Kevin McMillan did it at UT Martin, Rick Insel did it at NTSU. Have you looked and seen that it is possible?
Yes, Kevin McMillan's a good friend of mine. I would call us friends. I have dealt with him a lot, and he has been wonderful to me for years and throughout this process. And I can't thank him enough for being someone that I could talk to and someone that I could lean on when trying to make this decision.
Today's first impression day in front of your team, what can you tell them now behind closed doors when you speak to them?
Well, just the expectations. I think that you have to set the standard of what you want things to be immediately, but I also want to make them understand how loved and appreciated that they're going to be. And trust is something that takes time, but we are going to try to build the relationship that they trust us and they understand that we have their best interest at heart. I meant what I said. It's not about how many points they can score, how many rebounds they can get. I need them to understand that they matter. They matter to me and they matter to this university. And to make them understand that everything we do is going to be for them. I mean, my first question to them is going to be, what can I do for you? Because that's what servant leadership is. I'm going to expect things in return, and I'm going to hope that they give me back as much effort as I'm going to put into them. But I think you have to ask them first, how can I help you? Because I'm a firm believer that they're not going to ever care how much I know until they know how much I care.
One more question. What will you remember most about your time at Murray High? I mean, you leave it a lot better than you found it.
Well, just the relationships. I mean, winning is great, and we were all about championships, especially late in my career. But it is the young ladies' lives that I got to be a part of that are the most special. And I promise you, they taught me more, and they made me want to be a better person every single day, more than I could have ever done for them. I mean, I owe them a debt of gratitude. I would never be in this position if it wasn't for them. They're the ones that went out and played and make the plays. And I'm just forever grateful. It was hard. It was a hard decision.